The fact that Phillip Lee has changed sides from the Conservatives to the Liberal Democrats, moving from the government to the opposition, with an impassioned explanation of why his party has failed, is more evidence of the highly charged political times there are now in the UK, and that there are MPs not only like him switching sides, but others saying they won't stand at the next general election. They're effectively standing back. That allows them to vote with the anti-no deal side in the votes that are coming up. And it doesn't matter then if they're deselected because they're not going to stand in the next election. So the Conservative Party is facing a remarkable moment when it's going to shed members and possibly change itself into a rather different kind of party. It's an existential time, and what Boris Johnson, I think, has been counting on is that if he does indeed face a parliament that produces legislation to stop no deal, then he can say, well, I can't now deliver the thing I said I was elected, I'll call a general election. But then he faces the challenge, would the Labour Party simply roll over and allow him to do that? Because he has to have a two-thirds majority under the Fixed Term Parliament Act to hold a general election. So if Labour says, no, we're going to impose conditions, he hasn't got enough MPs to deliver a general election either. And then he's in a difficult position of being bound to avoid no-deal Brexit, but not being able to hold a general election. And that is very awkward indeed if he ends up there. Well, clearly Boris Johnson, with powerful advisors, has come up with a strategy and a series of tactics to try to get into the position where he can convince the EU, the EU27, that he means business when he says he can deliver a no-deal Brexit if necessary. If it proves impossible to do that, then of course the strategy he's set out will indeed not have worked, and then he's got to think again, probably, to try and find a way of doing a deal at the last moment, or indeed resigning, but I don't think we're anywhere near that yet. I mean, in theory, the government could introduce a single-line bill to abolish the Fixed Term Parliament Act. The difficulty for the government with that is that it might simply create voting along the lines of the government versus the no dealers, exactly what we're seeing on everything else. So it'd be even more awkward for the government if they tried to abolish the Fixed Term Parliament Act and then couldn't do that, remembering that today the government has lost one more MP who's changed sides, so it's now doesn't even have a majority with the Democratic Unionists.